So you're thinking about buying a condo in Seattle and you're looking at Trace North on Capitol Hill. Well, in this video, we're going to take an in-depth look at Trace North at 1414 12th Ave on Capitol Hill and tell you everything you need to know. We're going to check out the amenities, we'll talk through some units, we'll talk about the layout of the building, and check out its location and how it fits in with the neighborhood and with Seattle. Hey, so I'm Matt Goyer, Seattle area real estate agent. I've helped lots of people buy and sell condos and houses in Seattle over the years. I'm very familiar with Trace North. We've helped a couple buyers and a couple sellers in the building before. And I used to live next door in its sister project, Trace Lofts. So Trace North is a 6-story, 100-unit building, and it faces onto 12th Ave on Capitol Hill. And downstairs, it's got a bunch of ground floor retail. You've got a Mexican restaurant called Barrio. There's a flower shop, and there's a burger place called Katsu Burger. So a nice mix of residential on top and some restaurants and shops on the bottom. And it was built in 2007. It was built at the same time as its sister project, Trace Lofts. We have a video on that. You can click it above. The two are very different projects. So Trace Lofts was taking an old warehouse, converting it into condos, and Trace North is a more contemporary, built from the ground up building. They do share a parking garage, but other than that, they're quite unique from each other. So here's a look at the outside, and then here's a look as you get closer into the front door. There's some outdoor seating for the restaurant on the left. And then going inside, it really doesn't have much in terms of the way of a lobby, just a very basic entryway, some mailboxes. Here's another perspective on that. And these doors are secure package storage. But that's really all there is. There's no gym or anything like that. Really the only common amenity is a rooftop space. So here's a look at the rooftop deck facing west, southwest. And so it's got good views, lots of light, watch the sunset. It's got a couple barbecues up there, some really basic furniture. It'd be really nice if the homeowners association did something a little more at this rooftop deck, get some better furniture. They could look to Trace Lofts next door for some inspiration. But at the moment, it's pretty basic. And so that's a look at the view facing west from Trace North on the rooftop. All right, so let's flip over. And to start, we'll look at sort of the building from above here. And so here's 12th Avenue, and the units, here and here, they face west. They have a great view. They get nice light. The downside is you're close to the street, so you're getting out more street noise. And then you have some units that face into sort of more of this interior courtyard, for lack of a better word. These units are going to tend to be a bit darker, but probably a little bit quieter, a little bit more of a fishbowl type effect. But they're probably better than, and they are better than, like the units you get along the south side, which really, you're facing into Trace Lofts. And then, some of these east side units, down here, you're facing right into the Citizen Apartments. On the east side over here, you're looking at the parking lot behind Elysian, so it's not going to feel as bad. Quiet, but you'd probably prefer to be on the west side of the building. So the west side of the building, those units are going to sell at a premium relative to the other sides of the building here at Trace North. Okay, so let's click through a couple example units. We were going to look at, let's start with 510. So this condo is on the 5th floor. It faces towards the Citizen Apartments, so you can see that here through the window in the living room. And this is a very sort of typical unit for Trace North. So Trace North has cork flooring. You don't see that in a lot of condo buildings, so that's kind of unique here. And here's a look at the kitchen. Similar appliance package to Trace Lofts next door. And similar countertops, same countertops, a stone tile with the stainless steel sort of banding. And then unique to Trace North is they did these sort of bent stainless steel bar tops, which is kind of nice. And then I think these are bamboo cabinets that they did here. And then it looks like the seller of this one painted this with chalkboard paint, would be my guess. but sort of a very contemporary look. You know, these units are 15 years old at this point. And then all the units come with a washer dryer, so you have that in unit, which is really nice. This is a true 1-bedroom. No air conditioning at Trace North. This seller did upgraded closets. And this unit has sort of a little work from home office niche. This is the bathroom. It's kind of got this vinyl floor, tub and shower. You know, this is all sort of standard for all the Trace North units. And this unit on the backside has a little deck. That'd be another advantage to the backside, is the decks. Yeah, and they have a parking garage downstairs, so most units have parking. All right, and the other unit we wanted to take a look at, we wanted to look at a top floor unit. Top floor's got taller ceilings, so here, let's look at unit 603. So this is facing west. It's got these floor-to-ceiling windows. It's going to get tons of light in the afternoon and in the evening in the summer. Here's a look at the kitchen. You know, same finishes as that other kitchen. Here's another look at those floor-to-ceiling windows. You can see on the 6th floor, you get this extra ceiling height. You get some extra windows, so it's going to feel really large, nice and airy. And then these guys have an upgraded dining room light fixture in here. So definitely you can afford it. Top floor at Trace North is really, really a nice spot to be. So the rest is pretty similar. All right, so let's just talk about its location for a minute. So flipping over to this map. So zooming out, you can see where Trace North is. You know, it's pretty close to downtown, pretty close to South Lake Union, about equidistant from 520 and 990 for getting to the east side. So it sort of has good freeway accessibility. And then zooming in, you see that Trace North is just, you know, half a block off of what's called the Pike Pine Corridor, this area on Capitol Hill that has tons of restaurants and bars and shops. Nice walkable neighborhood, lots going on. And then just a couple blocks away, you have the Cal Anderson pool. It's got a sports field, you know, a reflecting pool. So nice green space in the middle of Capitol Hill. And just beyond Cal Anderson, you have the light rail station. So, you know, you're 7-8 blocks away from light rail, which makes it super easy to get around the city without a car. So that's a really nice amenity. And then, go away. Zooming in a little bit more. So Trace North, like you got lots of grocery stores nearby. You got Whole Foods, which is relatively new, and you got a QFC. And then over in this direction, you got Central Co-op, Trader Joe's, there's a Safeway over here, a PCC over here. So I don't know what that is. You got like 6 grocery stores within a 8-block radius. So it's just, you're in the middle of restaurant or grocery heaven. But if you don't cook, don't worry, lots of restaurants. Immediately in the building, you have Barrio, the Mexican restaurant. I used to eat there all the time when I lived next door. You got a cocktail bar, Tavern Law there. You've got Skillet, which is great for brunch. You got Momiji, one of my favorite sushi restaurants. So you just got, there's so much within walking distance of Trace North. You're really kind of in the thick of it, which is just a great place to be on Capitol Hill. Well, what else do you need to know about Trace North? HOA dues, let's just take a look at that. So the HOA dues at Trace North are $369 a month. And the unique thing about Trace North, similar to its sister project, Trace Lofts next door, all the units pay the same in HOA dues. Every other building in Seattle, it's based off the square footage of the unit, but for these 2 buildings, it's just a flat fee and the same for every unit. So $369 a month. And then the other thing you need to know is rental cap. So there's no rental cap at Trace North. So if you want to buy a unit there as an investment, easy to rent out. If you live there for a little bit and you decide to move out, it's easy for you to rent out. You don't have to get on a wait list or anything like that. So that's a nice thing about Trace North. So really that's kind of everything I wanted to cover for Trace North. If you have any questions or comments, My contact info is below, or you can leave a comment. If you made it this far in the video, hit like, it'd help us out a lot. Hit subscribe for more videos on Capitol Hill condos or lofts. We cover it all. And if you need a real estate agent to help you find a loft for sale or find a condo for sale at Trace North, we'd be happy to help. My contact info is below. Thanks for watching.